La da 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 da. La da da da. Send in the clowns. They always abound. Isn't it fun? Those of you that are my regulars, I hope you will tune into Slavery, Is It a Sin? Because I started off talking about that and talked about how we're all slaves, but then I also talked about our rebellion and Jonah, and it was a good, if you want a good sermon. The video I did this morning, Is Slavery a Sin? You're going to want to watch that. We get into the Word, and it's good, powerful stuff. When a man disobeys God, an entire ship crew gets saved. One man got a free whale ride, and a whole city got saved. We're going to see those people someday. Jonah, all those Ninevites, and a crew, a hardened, callous group of sailor men that saw a storm that scared the stuff out of them, all because of one man's disobedience. When God uses your life and you don't do what he tells you to do, watch out. And Jonah had to learn a lot from God. So it was good stuff. And I hope everybody gets the chance to dial that in and listen to it, because it's one of my good ones. And I say that because I feel like it was all based in the Word and based on what's going on and what God's doing in my life right now, that he breaks us. Hello, King Golden. How are you? My day is okay so far. It is cold today. It's only going to be 52. It's 30 degrees right now. We're going to have a colder than usual winter in Augusta, Georgia. I remember reading a book a long time ago, The Winter of Our Discontent. I can't remember the author. Was it Steinbeck? I think it was John Steinbeck. Some books we read in English class did not do anything for me. We read Macbeth in high school. Now that was interesting. Very interesting. Hello. Oh, we got a kid in the house. We got a poopy fart kid in the house. What's up with that? Hi, Chris. You snuck on again. Yes, Chris. John Steinbeck, the book. Didn't he write The Grapes of Wrath? Who wrote The Winter of Our Discontent? Is anybody able to Google that? You're 31 and you come in the room saying poopy fart. Okay, I don't remember saying poopy fart when I was 31, but hey, maybe it's a new choice of a new generation. I mean, what's a poopy fart? A fart is related to poop, so that's kind of a double pointless point. Farts all have to do with poop. You can't have a fart without the poop. So that's weird. To be blunt, that's pretty cheesy. Hey, David, how are you? So you joined 16 years ago. So, do you have a channel? Are you changing the world for God? 28 God ducks. What does that mean? Could you please explain to the room? Cheese is good, by the way. Hey, Froggy, Frog, how are you? Send in the clouds. Boy, I have just been surrounded by clowns lately, so I think of clowns. And it makes me laugh because if you put perspective onto the people that annoy you, you just got to say they're clowns. Yeah, it's 30 degrees. John Steinbeck wrote The Grapes of Wrath, first published in 1939. Thank you, Chris. Who wrote The Winter of Our Discontent? Hello, Space Edits. How are you? Are you believing the crazy files have been releasing? Oh, yeah, they said there's cannibalism, saying George Bush was involved in. What is all this? You know, there was something that came out. What is it called? Maybe you guys have heard of it. They're talking about politicians, possibly Pelosi, even these high-name preachers are involved with something. Adrenochrome. You know about that? Hi, Sangeeta! Mina, 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 Mina. Mina is the dancing queen in Kathmandu. Every day she danced. She danced the day away. Mina is the Kathmandu Nepalese. And frog. Adrenochrome, they say, is produced when they kidnap a child, scare and torture that person, and they draw the blood in an excited state, and then they inject it into, say, Pelosi or these politicians because it's like an anti-aging. It does something. Have you heard that? I'm like, if that wickedness is going on, why is that not shut down? Are we that jaded? These are the people we're voting into office are involved in this crazy stuff? Like, thank you, Sangeeta. I liked on yours too. Yes, my chain. John Steinbeck is correct. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. I thought it was. I didn't get into Steinbeck. I did not get into Edgar Allan Poe. I think Poe wrote one called The Lottery. I did not like that. Very ugly story. I liked Hemingway. The Old Man and the Sea is one of my favorites. Shakespeare, of course, is outstanding. Very hard to read. My favorite books would be Ramona the Pest and Henry Huggins and, you know, Beverly Cleary books. I liked growing up. The K was a story about a black man and a young boy that survived a shipwreck on a very tiny little atoll. Very, very awesome story. Stuart Little, James and the Giant Peach, awesome books. I remember reading Snowbound when I was in school. That was a good book. About two teenagers who got stranded, driving in a snowstorm in what appeared to be New York, broke down, got stuck in the snow, and had to fight to survive. Crazy. The purpose of the chain is just my necklace. I like anchor chains on ocean liners. I saw them when I was on the deck of the Queen Mary. I was amazed at how big they were, and that really took to me. I like solid steel very much. I love the big stuff on ships, the machinery and the deck steel and the hull steel, and just love. I don't like plastic. I don't like new cars. I like stuff that had substance and weight to it. You're from Eugene, Oregon? Well, all right. I think that's the first time I've had somebody in Oregon on my channel, so welcome. Portland's a little off base, but hey. I remember staying the night in Pendleton, Oregon, cute little town. You're driving across the, not prairie, but whatever you call it out there, the hills, and it's tall grasses, and then you come down, and then there's this little town in a little fold down there. I remember they had an old-fashioned ice cream shop. I remember driving, it was hot. And I got into Oregon, it was hot, and then you start going up towards the mountains on the eastern side, and it was like, wow, the temperature is cooler. It was so cool, but I liked Pendleton. That was a nice little cute little town out there in the middle of nowhere. It is. It's a great little town. So, I'm not going to watch the Super Bowl, but I am rooting for the Seahawks. I think everybody's patrioted out. Well, thank you for telling me that, Go Ducks. At first I thought maybe you were a troll. Glad you clarified that. This is not your normal channel. It was never intended to be. You're a troll too? Well, that's not good. Hello, Roasted. How are you? Where's all the ladies? All the ladies are sleeping in on a Sunday. Shame on them. Get up, girls. Got to ride like the wind. Ride like the wind. Da, 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 da. Christopher Cross. That was good music. That's right, DJ, and thank you for that. Absolutely. All right, I'm going to tell you to back off on the text right now and stop with that silly stuff. You're a grown man. Come on. I don't need that. That's nasty. Sailing away, yep. I like that one. Is the night, my body's weak, I'm on the run, no time to sleep. I got to ride like the wind, to be free again. Hello, Prince. Oh my gosh, I was just thinking of you the other day, Brandy. I missed you. Where has my brandy candy been? Hello, Rodriguez. Good morning to you. Hello, Ryan. Brandy, I miss you. When you're not here, I have neurotic deficiencies. I need to get counseling and therapy. You got to come in more. That song is awesome, Chance. That's Christopher Cross. Michael McDonald sang backup. Yep. They don't make music like that no more, man. That was my first tape cassette purchase. Oh, the cans can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. Sailing takes me away to where I'm going. Remember the movie Arthur? If you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. Good stuff. Now you don't hear about him anymore. I did. I did a stream that was no chat this morning. I'm going to tell you guys that are into the Bible and into God. I did a video, Is Slavery Sin? And I started off talking about that. But then somewhere in there, I started going into my life, my current struggle at work, and talked at length about Jonah. And I talked about what God is trying to do to us. Oh, thank you, KJF. Yeah, that was fun. I love talking about ship stuff always. Hello, Egg. You're not late. You just in time. Because you can come in at 5 minutes to the hour. Or I hate it when people walk in after I'm signing out. I feel bad for them. I'm like, oh. But once it uploads, then you can see it. Dudley Moore, yes. Sailing was one of my favorite songs. I liked Glenn Campbell's Rhinestone Cowboy. Southern nights, have you ever felt those southern nights? They're not playing that stuff anymore at all. I don't like the music they're playing today. I feel like we're being encroached upon, pushed out. Sad. Oatmeal, man, with some butter in it. Maple flavored oatmeal. Oats does a body good. Had a good three-way conversation with two of my moderators, one in Montana, one in South Carolina yesterday. I called and talked to my pastor. Hadn't talked to him in weeks. Church has been closed because of the weather. We had a good talk. Oatmeal's the best. My heart's on fire, Elvira. Now that was a trip. I loved her hair. I did like the song by Barry Manilow, Mandy. Brandy, where are you? Oh, Mandy. I have not met a Mandy in years. Last time I met a Mandy was in the 80s. Baby, come back. I was wrong in everything about you. Dun, dun, dun. She's just 16 years old. Leave her alone, they say. Into the night. That was a good song. Yep, it's Sunday. Going to church today. Hello, Mark. How are you? Never going to give you up? Joseph, how are you? Hello, John. Welcome. The 80s, you had the continuous hot release bands. You had Journey, you had Duran Duran, you had ELO still going, early 80s. ELO will be one of my favorites. Jeff Lynne did his official last tour last year. Jeff Lynne's ELO. A band that I grew up with. Hello, can you hear me? It's been a long time. If you'd only pick up that telephone. When they actually had a phone. They did. They cracked out the whip. I don't like Journey as much. There's a couple songs I don't like faithfully. Journey was big when I was in high school. Good slow dance music. I liked Oh Sherry. I liked Send Her My Love. That was good. But Journey doesn't hold high on my list. I don't know why. They don't move me like some of the songs did. ELO, I could play it for the next 50 years. Yep, Tears for Fears was good. Billy Idol had some good stuff. The Scorpions, oh my gosh, the Scorpions had some good stuff. The evolution of music. Growing up in LA, I remember the Carpenters, Air Supply, Fleetwood Mac, Bee Gees. Oh, yes, Bee Gees had a lot of hits. Late 70s, early 80s, Saturday Night Fever. I had to have that album. I had the double album set, and I was stoked. Stoked. The Air Supply. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. Da da da. Believing for so long. All those 80s bands just, wow, they're gone. They just don't talk about them anymore. Good old 80s. The 90s still had good music. The Cranberries, the Sundays, REM. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion. And people think he was talking about anti-God, and he wasn't. The cars, the trains. I never heard of the trains. Hi, Liz. Hi, Hammer. How's Mr. Noodles doing? Hammer, you can report back to Noodles that we hit 10,000 plus subs the other day. I don't eat cream of wheat because I'm allergic to wheat. I love Desco too. I will never apologize for that. Night fever. You know how to show it. Waiting for the 4th of July. Andy Gibb had that distinct voice. Tragedy. That was good music. All the leaves were brown and the sky was gray. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. No, Kevin, there are some young gen that get into it, a lot don't. Moody Blues, Jody. Nights in white satin, never reaching the end. Letters I've written, never meaning to send. And I love you. Oh, I love you. That was beautiful, powerful music. The Moody Blues wasn't just rock. They had a style that was not duplicated back then. I'm looking kind of fine now that you're drunk. Well, if you're a dude, I'm not going to take that as a compliment. The Trams. We had to start a band. The Whacked Out Priuses. Take a Prius, shove a 350 in it, put dual exhaust on it, and stupid rims, and there you go. It still wouldn't look right. Sunday morning and you're drunk. Used to be people got drunk at night. Now they're just drunk all day. The e-bikes? Oh, man. That's funny. We could do a whole new, Ryan, we could do a whole new video on Queen's song. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my e-bike. My bicycle, my bicycle. The trolleys. Baboons love that band. By the Baboons, that's funny. I want to ride my bicycle. The Teslas. We'll start a band called the Kias. Have a bunch of nasally white women singing in there like they got too much hairspray in their hair. And let's hear for the Kias. Roger Water was great. Who is Roger Water? I never heard of the Baboons. Styx was good. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo. Domo. Secret, secret. I got a secret. I just polished off leftover pasta, a bowl of 2 packets of menthol flavored oatmeal. I am an ocean liner in body form. I require a huge amount of fuel to move 6 feet. I remember being on the Queen Mary years ago, and it said something how much fuel it took just to move that thing 3 feet under her own power. The microwavers. You remember when I first started this channel, after Helene, people kept saying it puts the lotion in the skin. And we got, coming up next, the lotion basket. Roger Waters is a hard leftist. The egg beaters. Man, that's funny. The kettles. Did y'all see my video of my friend with the teapot? The short? She sent me that video and I told her, I said, I'm making that into a YouTube short. Look at this. It stripped the metal coating off and revealed the copper underneath. If that was genuine copper, why did they put that stupid metal on it? Now, like that chrome they used to put on your bumper. It peeled off. The spoons. Hello, Tina. The heaters. The all-new Dodge Drama. It talks to you. Man, girl, you almost hit the curb. Why don't you watch what you're doing? Really? You got to stand on the brakes like that? That'd be funny if it talked back to you like it was Hood. Introducing the all-new GMC Ghetto. It's got bullet holes all over the car. The seats look like they've been graffitied. Got pimpy, stupid rims on it. The Pintos. The fry pans. Oh, really? Well, that's scary. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. All that aluminum that they put in the frying pans, they say it contributes to Alzheimer's. The milk cookers. Brandy, did you leave me? Brandy left me. Oh my gosh, I'm sad. Ramen pots. Shoot. A lot of things were copper. The pipes in your house back in the day were copper. Now it's very expensive to do your plumbing in copper. I remember in Denver that the lower income neighborhoods, they bust in these abandoned houses, rip the walls open just to steal the copper. Take it to the salvage yard. Frederick, I'm working on it. It's getting thick, but it's going to take some time. It took 3 years to get that baby growing. Hello, Twisted. How are you? You want to watch the video I did this morning without the chat called Is Slavery a Sin? You'll like that. That was a good heavy hitter. And it wasn't just about slavery. It was about God and what he's doing in my life and what he wants to do in yours, and that God isn't a vending machine to give us our best life now. He's going to discipline us and put us in school with HSU, Holy Spirit University, and when he becomes Lord of your life, there's going to be times in your life that are very unpleasant. They're not, vacation. Wow, K-Jax. Yeah, I use CPVC in the house, which is registered for hot water, but I just used it for both cold and hot. I redid all my plumbing in here. I had my plumber come and do the hookups, but I ran and routed all the plumbing and boxed it all in. I have a slab house, so the water line under the slab started leaking. I got a big water bill that said 14,000 gallons. I'm like, what? I don't have any drippy faucets. And sure enough, found out it was leaking under the slab, don't know where. And I called the plumbing company, and they wanted to jackhammer my floors up. And I said, no, we're not doing that. I've been remodeling this house. You're not going to tear up my cement. So I came up with a plan, thought it through, planned it out, did it, called my other plumber. He came and inspected it. He said, you know what? What you just did, you just saved thousands of dollars by doing it yourself. And he said, and you did it exactly the way you should have done it. He said, I'm proud of you. He always called me, boy. I'm proud of you, boy. Not bad for somebody from Colorado. I said, shut up. Barry, shut up. He's built like a brick poop house. I mean, broad shoulders, solid muscle, short, squat guy. Got a Confederate metal license plate on his truck. He's true old Southerner. Nicest guy. Never robbed me. Does good work. He works, he said, my favorite is copper. He's done galvanized. He gets hired to do all kinds of big jobs, but he will take time. And when I call him, he'll take care of stuff. PVC is the easiest thing to work with. It's like Tinker Toy with the glue. And I found out you just do simple procedures. You get the purple, you get the cleaner, and you clean it, and that dries so fast, and you put the glue, and you take the joints, and you twist them in, hold it for a second, done. I love that. Plumbing made easy. And I ran a circuit all the way up under the ceiling through that room, and it looks like molding. Nobody knows there's pipes back there. Anything could be accessed. Galvanized metal is crap in the South. This house is 73 years old, and it lasted almost that long. Actually, this house is, 73 years old. 2 years ago, the hot water had gone out before I bought it, and they ran the CPVC up in the attic. When I was up there looking around, I was like, I don't like this. There's no sleeves, there's no insulation over this plumbing, and you could step on it and snap it. And that I don't like. So when the cold water line went, and I replaced that, he said, you just added X amount of dollars to the value of your home. Because the first thing they're going to ask is, do you have galvanized pipe? And they want to talk you down. And he said, nope, I replumbed the whole house. No galvanized. So last year I took the plumbing, I kept everything running, and I laid out a new channel for the hot water lines. And I thought, we're going to abandon the plumbing in the attic. And spring break, I had him come over. He was in even here 4 hours, had him hook up 3 points. And he said, what you did is good. He said, no more in the attic. He said, that'll keep it the house temperature. You don't have to worry about that freezing anymore. And now I can go up in the attic, and one day I'll go sit up there and take my little cutter, this thing, and cut the pipes and haul them out of there. This is good for the PVC stuff. But yeah, still got some, I overbought a few things, but this stuff is fun to work with. This is for joining 2 pipes together when you gotta do a splice. What is this? And then I got the good old purple primer, the yellow stuff. Yeah, purple primer, which is the cleaner. And then this is the clear cleaner. And this stuff works, man. And then there's your good old CPVC cement. And this stuff is the way it is, man. We got everything. That's where I put all my light bulbs. I'm like, where the hell did I put all my light bulbs? See, I never look in my own cabinet. Got cheap, stupid junction boxes. Got these things. Like 10,000 switch covers and plate covers. Got it all in here, man. Even got new sockets. This is actually one of the old ones. I gotta change one because every time I go to pull a plug, you're like, ugh! Like, why is that gripping like a vice grip? And then you got the other one where it's loose and it just goes and falls out. They need to be changed. Oh yeah, this isn't a dress, Sangita. This is not a dress. Sweatpants. And this was a woman's top, and I got 2 for 1. I cut the bottom off, and if I want to go jungle, I just put it around me like that. Michael likes to reinvent things. I got a mini Home Depot, that's right. Shoot, I even got one of the old stupid lamp things. Crappy insulation on it. These are the shallow sockets when you had the cement block wall. Lopped it right off and took it out. This is fix-it-all adhesive. Good for that plastic crap that comes off your car. This is nice. This is a volt tester. Stick it in the socket and you push the little switch on it for where is it? No, it's not the switch. It'll show you if you had 220 or 110 if it's live. I gotta go out and test an outlet outside the house. It's got the plate cover over it. These are some interesting, almost pewter dolls that they put crap all over that I saved from a chest of drawers that I can use. We got everything in here. These are dresser knobs. I don't throw out stuff, including hinges. That's how I set my doors. It's fun. It's absolute fun to DIY. Good stuff to have handy. Hello, Mr. Hinkle from the frozen land of Cornfield, Indiana. I always liked the smell of tar. When I was a kid, the school roofs had tar on them. They still do, I think. But they'd have that smelly trailer that they haul behind the trucks that steamed and you smell that tar. And I used to just like, I don't know why, but I love the smell of tar. new tires. My sister liked the smell of diesel city buses. Now, I never liked that. Those stink. What is all this? Man, I got a bucket of stuff up here too with more plate covers. Good grief. Yes, we're going to get up to the 70s on Tuesday. So, well, I don't know what cocaine smells like, and I don't want to know. The only reason I know what marijuana smells like is because everybody's doing it these days. Why would you smoke something that smells like armpit? Why would you smoke a cigarette when that just flat out stinks? I never understood people's addictions to smelly, offensive, yucky stuff. And then they smell like that all day. And smell like marijuana. Nothing will cockblock me faster than a pretty black woman smelling like pot. Ugh. Gross. You do now, cat pee is very distinct. That smell never goes away. They pee on a carpet in an apartment. I've talked to landlords, he said, I hate cats. Tell people no pets, they sneak that cat in here. I knew a landlord, he was my landlord. I had to talk to him one day and he said, you know Chris, you know a guy named Chris that drives bus with you? I said, yeah. He said, I'm getting tired of that guy. He said, he rents one of my properties. He and his wife got a cat. He said, I put new window blinds in all the windows, and he cut out of the blinds the silhouette of the cat sitting. I said, what? I told him, I said, why did you do that? He said, because my cat likes to sit in the window. He says, well, then open the blinds. Well, but I don't want to do that. He said, then I'm going to charge you because you just cut up my blinds. And sure enough, he took me by one of the properties and I saw it. He was weird. And he happened to drive a bus. Hey, Michael Hall, how are you? Tina! Tina's got a swan. Or no, a skunk. Hey, Pepe. That poor cat. Pepe's breathing all over her and going, La Pat, and the cat's pushing, get away from me. That's just the way life goes, folks. You like a girl, she don't like you. Girl like you, you don't like her. The one you want, you can't have. The one you don't want, they're coming after you hard and fast. One of my moderators was telling us a story yesterday on a three-way call. The woman he's with now, met her one time. He said she was a stalker. They drove around town until they saw his truck. She'd text him every day. How are you? I hope you have a good day. He never answered. Never. She went home and told her mother, that's the man I'm going to marry. Thank you, Michael. We tried to keep it good and relevant. And, here's it, Michael. God knew what I was doing when I didn't. He said, I love that woman. She kept on. I had no interest in her. He said, I couldn't see myself with any other at all. I saw, I think it was an advertisement on a YouTube short. This woman was putting groceries away in the fridge. It's her birthday, and she thought her husband forgot. She's busy putting stuff away. Husband's playing country music, guitar, and playing and singing. And she's not paying attention until she hears the words, I love you, Glenda. And he's singing a love song to her. She's putting the stuff away and starts to cry. And that got to me, man. She goes around the corner living room and climbs up on him and buries herself into his chest and starts weeping. Isn't it beautiful when you see love like that? Isn't it beautiful when you see love like that? There's so much hate, so much animosity, that even me, I started to cry. Crazy cat lady who voted for Trump. Now there's a mix, Michael, but as long as you and her are making a marriage work, that's awesome. Why does Apple give me a weekly report of my usage available? Who cares? I don't crap what I do. My life is not a pie chart. You went to the bathroom 5 times more than normal last week. You get on your banking. You spent more this month than last month. Duh. Property taxes are due. Insurance is due. House insurance is due. Yeah, ka-ching. There goes paycheck 1, paycheck 2, paycheck 3. Now I'm caught up on my bills. Now maybe I can earn money to start putting money back in the bank. Whee! I hate it when the ginger chews get stuck between my teeth. Like, am I even real? I know. What bothers me is we get good at our job. And we wrongly believe that when we leave, it won't survive. It does. We're replaceable. Even if they can't get the quality of dedication that you brought or the production, life goes on long after the thrill of working there is gone. That's the way life is. We have to tell ourselves one overriding fact. If you are Christian, society may not care, but God does. That's why it says, whatever we do, do it unto God. If you serve your boss, if you serve your wife, if you serve your children, that is thankless and they will let you down. Serve God in what you do. He tells you to love his wife. You do what he says. He's your reward. He's your boss. He's your promotion. He is the one who can remove the burden and the problems. No one else can. Tina, you're so cute with the way you write things. That's right, Mr. 2 times. But I'm gonna disagree with that. God broke the mold on this boy. And if you don't believe me, go ask anybody to know me. Oh, there's nobody like Michael. Nobody. It doesn't matter where you go in this country. People are going to say that guy was a different duck. That's right. I don't quack the way people quack. I don't want to. But even with as interesting and colorful as I can be, when I leave a place, nobody cares. because that's business. Amazon is going over to robots. FedEx, UPS going over to robots. Somebody said, well, Amazon wants to go to artificial intelligence. Stop buying their product and tell them to sell it to the artificial intelligence robots. See if they'll order Amazon products online. But that's a good one. We should try that. Everybody boycott Amazon. I would love that. I would love that. Everybody boycott Amazon. If everybody for 1 week stopped buying stuff through Amazon altogether, oh, that'd kill them. The profit loss. The truck drivers, I mean, you just go flatline, baby. Like I said, if we were to group up, us blue-collar working class, which we are more than the billionaires and millionaires, let me make that very clear, we could bring society to its knees. If we all, don't go to the hotel and clean that hotel room. Don't go to the restaurant waitress, bartenders, construction workers, drywall installers, HVAC, everybody shut down for a week and watch this country go, please come back to work. Give me a raise. But we won't do it. You know what's funny? Is the title of our country is an oxymoron. It's called the United States. We're not united. No, we're not. We're all ruggedly individualistic. That's why we can't change the corruption in Washington. We can't do it. We're not united. We're not united at all. We're so against each other. I'm not going to just walk out of my job and say, I'm not coming in next week. The only way I would do that is if I saw everybody else didn't go and I drove up and the gates were shut and I saw all the business, I'd be like, oh, they did it. Okay, I'm going home. But I ain't going to douche myself out of a job if they ain't all going to join me. No, see, we're all serving, I got my lifeboat out, baby. I ain't going to jump ship unless I got a boat to get in. Unless it's in Bermuda and there's no sharks and the water's warm, then I'll jump in. Life is a roller coaster. Yeah, that changed the song. Life is a roller coaster all night long. Wee, corkscrew. Yeah, Mr. Two Times. We ought to try it someday. It'd be fascinating. I gotta go. I gotta go get coat hangers and Epsom salt. Do not buy those cheap plastic ones at Walmart. I go to stick it gently in a shirt. If it's too heavy, snap. So about the metal ones that got the rubber coating on them, those are good. Or the thick, heavy plastic ones, those are good. But yeah, you get what you pay for. Stop paying taxes for a week. Well, that's hard. You got to pay it on gas. Georgia, they tax us on food. That bothers me. Why are we taxing groceries? That's kind of a need. A boat is not. Cigarettes and alcohol are not a need. Starbucks is not a need. Food is. That's what I don't understand. And, we were on a three-way call. We were talking to one of our moderators who lives in Montana. He's paying almost $1 more in dang gas than we are in Montana. You go to the coast. I remember when I moved to Spokane years ago, 2008, the gas was $4 a gallon. I had a 95 F-150 with dual tanks, $100 to fill that baby up. I said, this is stupid. Blue states, boy, they penalize you for your gas price. Stupid. I should look up what state has the cheapest gas. Ohio had pretty low gas prices when I was there, but they have a lot of refineries. I guess it all determines the refineries, but the problem with California, Oregon, and Washington is they tax the stuff out of gas. They need to tax the stuff out of cigarettes, marijuana, and all the stuff that's bad for you. Make people pay $1,000 for a blunt. I think that'd be great deterrent. Well, it might, but they wouldn't make any money because nobody can afford it. And then they're going to break in and steal even more. Yeah, drug culture. We always got to cater to the drug addicts, don't we? Got to always cater to the drug addicts. I remember years ago, Jefferson County, Colorado, where I lived, they wanted to pass a referendum. They wanted to authorize taxing recreational marijuana to help fund the school's education and the children's education. I said, wait a minute. The schools teach kids say no to drugs, and we're going to tax the drugs to educate the kids to say no to drugs. Oh, that makes sense. I'm voting no on that. We're not, you know, and in the lottery, boy, there's another one. The Minnesota lottery goes back to the Department of Natural Resources. Oh, we buy lotto tickets. We're preserving the state of Minnesota. Oh, isn't that nice? We're sinning. People are losing their homes, jobs, wives, kids, and everything because of gambling addiction, but we're going to do something good with this. Please. The stupidity of man never ceases to amaze me. This is what I'm working on. Compliments of Mom Rules. One day I came home and this was waiting for me. And this is a long puzzle. It's narrow and long. It's even got a breakaway of the ship, and it's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. 1,000 piece. When you're with the Flintstones, you'll have a yabba dabba do time. Tax us on everything. They're going to tax us. Watch, they'll have a sex tax, a breathing oxygen tax, a walking across the street. Did you hear about Boston? Or Massachusetts or Boston? They're going to limit how many miles you can drive your car. Isn't being in a Democrat dystopia such an awesome thing? Democrats talk about Trump and his authoritarian dictatorial control. What the hell is that in Boston? You're going to tell people they're limited how many miles they can drive. But then you tax those vehicles and tax registration. Are you out of your mind, Democrats? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're mentally ill. And people in Boston are drinking Kool-Aid because you keep voting in these clowns. Why do we pay $80,000 for a Silverado and we're going to be told you can only drive so many miles? The idiot tax. Yeah. Gold rush costs the dollar down by oh, yeah. And then the whole emission check thing. If you have a dumb light come on and says check engine, and that's auto fail for the emissions test. They don't do that in Augusta, but Atlanta they do. And all that is a racket. You know what's polluting this country more than anything else? Let's before I give you the answer to that, what is polluting America more than anything else? It's not going to be what you think. But let's see your answers. And then I got to go. A rain tax because it damaged it? You got to be kidding me. Well, you guys all remember the U.S. Obama cow fart tax, otherwise known as the methane tax, taxing farms because the cows farting. Tito with the duck. That's stupid. That's pronounced S-T-O-O-P-I-D. Stupid. So, the greatest danger to America's environment right now is the Democratic Party. Manners are gone. Respect is gone. Disciplining the children is gone. And the Democrats want everything to go electric, which costs way more. Those batteries are more dangerous than diesel fumes. And you look at Flint, Michigan, you look at Detroit, you look at Lake Erie. Okay, remember, those are blue states. They had the unions. They had the automakers. Who was putting all that pollution in the waters? Democrat union companies? So was it Republicans and red staters that destroyed the environment? No. Let me make that crystal clear. Let me make that crystal clear. Alaska's got the pipeline. Has it destroyed Alaska? No, it hasn't. And I tell you what, you look at corporations, okay? When you bought a pickup truck in 1965, you could buy a Chevy full-size pickup truck. No, it didn't have an extended cab. It didn't have backup cameras. It didn't have heated seats and fold-in mirrors and all that gay crap. It was a long bed, steel-sided truck with steel door panels, steel dash, with metal chrome knobs for your heat and stuff and your headlights. That truck was $2,500, $2,700 new. Now you can buy a Chevy Silverado for $70,000, $80,000, all plastic, harmful to the environment. When it burns, it lets off some obnoxious stuff. Plastic never breaks down. It ends up in the ocean. The fish eat it. And they got plastic mats of junk floating around in the oceans the size of a state. Metal gives back to the environment because it turns back into the iron ore from whence it came. Glass came from sand. Plastic is chemical composition. And factories are making stuff and charging higher prices, causing higher, the need to produce more parts because the crap that they make breaks down faster. Remember names like AC Delco, remember Sears, Kenmore, Frigidaire, Cold Spot? You bought a fridge back in the day, you didn't think about it again, except when you grabbed the handle to get your grub out of there. Now you go buy an appliance. Do you want to pay for the 2-year warranty? The 2-year warranty? Well, yeah, it could give out within those 2 years. So you're telling me to buy this $1,000 dryer that could give out in 2 years? I'm going to pass on buying this damn thing. You could buy an old Whirlpool, a Kenmore, a GE dryer. When I was in the 80s, I had dryers from the 60s in my apartment. You might have to change a heating element or a belt. That's it. Tell me again that we're preserving the environment. With Democrat leftism, we banned aerosol deodorant. We keep changing the air conditioner fluid every single 5 years. If I want to recharge my AC, they won't bring the old fluid. They'll have to change out the system at the tune of a new air conditioner and all the condensers, and it's $100 a pound. Well, I've got a 4-ton unit. It's called a 4-ton because it's a 2,100 square foot house. That takes 8 gallons or whatever, or 8 pounds. That's $800 just to put the fluid in the air conditioner. That's a bunch of crap. And if you know anything about Freon and some of these elements that the Democrats worry about, they don't float up, they sink. And they say, oh, they're tearing up the ozone. They've even said the ozone's healing itself. They said that the ice shelf was increasing in Antarctica, not diminishing. And all these lies. Oh, we got to save the polar bears. No, you need to save yourselves. You need to get saved. You need to save the 61 million children. Who's more dangerous to the environment? 61 million children they killed by Democrats. That's worse than Stalin, Lenin, Mussolini combined. Man, don't get me started. CNN is a joke. I wish I was a multi-billionaire. I bought out CNN and shut it down. It won't be in Atlanta anymore. I'd take CNN, I'd put it in the middle of some nice state, hire conservative people. We'd have the best news station in the universe. Tell the damn truth. Hello, up like Trump. Isn't that something? You go look at the trash dump today and look what's in it. Oh my gosh, I go back when I was a kid in LA. I remember they were tearing down the houses from the 40s, 30s, and 20s. Modern homes. Gotta have modern homes. Doors with the metal knobs or the glass knobs. All in the dump. I remember as a kid seeing all that. wrought iron grates with decorative wrought iron. I'm like, I look at that now going, man, I wish I'd have been Sanford and Sons and collected all that, had a piece of property and saved it and itemized it and categorized it and protected it. Do you know how much money I can make off a glass knob, the metal knobs, the keyholes, the metal grates? There'd be people calling me from all over the dang country. Do you have a grate that's this long? Yeah, it'll be $300. I'll take it. Architectural salvage could have been big business. They bulldozed all that. They destroyed it all. People want it. Modern homes are cheaply built, but they're not cheap in the price. Oh my gosh, don't get me started. I got to get ready. I got to go, folks. Thank you for coming. Wow. Cornhole. Folks, this is called Earth. This is called a fallen world. We're not going to make perfection. But when you have a group of people that are telling you that they're going to save the environment, God is on his throne in heaven looking down going, oh, really? Let's see how this works out for you. Wait till I blow the horn and the church is pulled out, and wait till the tribulation starts. Let me know how that using your cloth bag at the health food store is going to save the planet. And driving your electric car. When I rain down a meteorite, it destroys a third of the sea life. When I hit all the springs of water and they turn to blood. When there's an earthquake so great that the cities of the nations fall. Yeah, let me know how you're going to save the environment, Democrats. Let's pull that arrogant trick one more time. You promote bad manners, you promote crime, you promote ethnic hatred towards us, and you claim to be the party of tolerance. Woo! Get me on a soapbox, baby. The Democrats are liars, they're hypocrites, and they are of their father, the devil. And I will say that to my dying day. We've been lied to by that party. They're not saving this earth. They're not saving anything. Manners have gone down the toilet. You got little girls getting in their bedroom going, I'm a beat, I'm a beat, I'm a beat, showing as much as they can with no content. Woo, baby, get me fired up, and I gotta go to church. They love us divided. That's right, good time. Thank you for the sub. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I hate to cut it short. But God put a fire in me bigger than the boiler in the Titanic. You think that's going to shut down? I'm just starting to steam up, baby. You need that steam to turn those big propellers. Those big propellers to be bold and drive the ship of truth across the cold waters of the ocean. Folks, be a light in the dark world. Slavery didn't end. That's right. And I said that this morning. We are all slaves. Are you a slave of Christ or are you a slave of the devil? Don't answer me. Answer yourself. I'm a slave of Christ. Oh, I sin. I struggle. I'm not there. God's not worried about all that. God got me. He who began a good work in me will bring it to completion. That's what the word says. Now, we got to submit to him. We got to groove with him. And I got to go to church so that I can get refilled in the inner man. So that I can continue to give to you. That's right, Ryan. I love that stuff. It's so sad. You look at the stern and you see that big propeller still gleaming. That bronze brass propeller. What a sad way to end such a beautiful, beautiful, stately ship. Broken, rusted, splayed apart. And that big propeller still gleaming, looking at you saying, but I was glory once. Those big giant anchors firmly attached. The anchor chains still in their track across the bow. That ship saddens me every time I look at it. And it's surrounded by total darkness every day, every night. The first light to hit it was in 1986 when Alvin came down and the world was stunned. Mike, they found the Titanic. What? I was like, what? I went home, ABC News, I couldn't wait. And they showed the first image going across the bow deck. They showed the cargo crane. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's it. Oh my gosh, I was so into that. Now they got YouTube just killing it. Coming up with new garbage. Robert Ballard found the ship of legends. Your heart is swollen. Man, I got to talk to you, but I got to go, folks. I got to go to church. You guys have a good day and be safe. Believe the truth. Read the Bible and pray. Pray that God will cause us to live a peaceable life because we're surrounded by a lot of no peace. Yes, I will. Till next time.